Unit 1, beautiful subject matter, really interesting, charts the evolution of money, cash, and where we are today with virtual currencies. There is a really important concept that we're going to evolve throughout this syllabus of learning, is that virtual currency is a form of value, that the movement of value through virtual currency actually is quite normal. It's when you chart the history of value and cash and shackles and coins and tokens, historically, what we soon learn is that virtual currency is just a natural evolution of that process. Virtual currency sits within the blockchain and the internet in terms of accessibility. So we will touch upon that technology and how it's evolved and the history of its development. Some fascinating insights into the internet itself. And we'll bring you right up to date with blockchain and the concepts of smart contracts, for example. The course is also much more than just Bitcoin, although we will look at naturally that genesis from the early beginnings of wider acceptance of virtual currencies. But we'll bring it right up to date and we'll look at altcoins and some of the very latest developments in ICOs, for example. So a really helpful positioning unit, and one that I hope you'll find is really quite interesting. We can learn a lot from history. And so taking the opportunity to go right back to the very early days when value transfer between ordinary citizens occurred in the form of cows and commodities, stones, precious metals, latterly gold, for example, is fascinating. We can learn a lot about that. It's important to understand actually that at the moment of transition into each of those different types of value transfer, that there was a risk taken. And that's really what we're learning about history, is that at every part of that evolution of value transfer, leading right through to today and virtual currency, there was a leap of faith. It required people to understand those risks, to embrace that opportunity and the risks therein, and to manage those risks. In this course, we'll look at the risks of virtual currency, and then we'll look more importantly at how we manage those risks to our comfort and satisfaction. In this course, we'll learn much more than Bitcoin. There are now more than 2,000 alternative coins available on the markets globally around the world, including, interestingly, the Theresa May coin, which in here in the UK is quite interesting. It's important, part of the syllabus, to grow the awareness of all of the type of assets that are available, including ICOs, for example, and utility coin. As a risk and compliance professional, our understanding has to be much more than just Bitcoin, because each of the coins that are being developed are taking advantage of the technology that underpins the whole of this industry. So no, we'll go well beyond Bitcoin. And yes, it will be absolutely fascinating. At the end of Unit 1, I'm rather hoping that you've enjoyed the learning and we've provided you with the foundations to inspire you and to give you the comfort and confidence to go on to complete the other units, where we'll go on to develop and grow our awareness of the risks and how they can be managed. Unit 1 provides you with the glossary, the definitions, the orientation that's required to give you the comfort to exchange and talk and converse on the subject of virtual currency. Ultimately, we hope that Unit 1 will prove to be interesting. The history of money, the backdrop to how virtual currency was formed and why it was formed, and actually what the future offers in terms of opportunity, commercially and from a risk and compliance professional, the opportunity to support our businesses to grow in a safe environment and manage away those financial crime risks.